Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Plants in Tropical Spaces. My name is Joan and I live in Lagos. Today, I'd like to share with you highlights of my garden in 2025. It's going to be a very quick video um, of showing the best parts and the things I enjoyed about this garden this year. Now, first off, the garden has largely recovered from the shock it had in the previous year, 2024. I had lots of plants I had to take out of this garden. I mean, they were overgrown, and I was happy to use them to start new projects for friends. So I have my plants living in other gardens now. That's very exciting. And the second thing is that I have more orchids. Now, I was inspired to collect orchids or to have more flowers in my garden after filming a garden with orchids. Now, my garden, when I started, was largely a foliage garden. I liked foliage because they just had the instant gratification. You don't have to wait for flowers. You know, flowers fade and fall too fast, but foliage forever lasts. But now I have more flowers, orchids, and right there, I have Vanda orchids that are right now in bloom. So I'll show that to you. So these Vanda orchids, I got 4 Vanda orchids in January this year. And then I think about July or so, 3 of them rebloomed, except this one. And so I was really worried because I thought they might not have had enough light, or it might not have had enough light not to bloom. So, but then it's blooming now. I'm so very happy about that. And then in addition to that, this is blooming for the second time. So the thing about Vandas is that they like a lot of sunlight. That's what I've observed. So I have just one Vanda that still hasn't bloomed about 2 years after I got it. So I keep trying to change the position, and there's limits to how much I can do. I can hang them on the tree like this, but then I have to also trim the canopy so that it allows more light to come in. So I'm very happy about this display, and this is where they're going to be. I'll just make sure that the tree is trimmed so they have enough light. So I have to water the Vandas regularly. I haven't watered this morning. The weather is dry now, so that's it. And when I water, the roots turn a bit green. So I just spray some water on the Vanda orchids. Another orchid I have here, this is a Mocara as a type of Vanda. Apparently this blooms just once a year. So far, that's what I've had, just once a year and about this time of the year. So I'm very happy to see this rebloom. I think it's happy here because the roots have gone all the way down into, and I don't want to take it out. They're sort of intertwined with this rabbit's foot fern. So I don't want to have to move it. And so I'm happy that I don't need to. I mean, if it's blooming, it means it's fine. I hope, I think. So over here, I have orchids. I tied this up on the tree, I think about a year or two ago, and it's blooming and reblooming constantly. I also had orchids here that bloomed earlier, and the blooms have faded now. That is a Phalaenopsis orchid, my first Phalaenopsis orchid that really got me started on orchids. So I think the crown has rotted, the original crown, and it's bringing out babies, but it bloomed earlier in the year. So these are the spikes, the spen spikes of the earlier bloom. So it reblooms faithfully. I think the Phalaenopsis orchids tend to bloom during the cooler months, sometime between July and November. My flowers bloom. So this bloomed about then, maybe August or September. Then this Vanda is also blooming. It's a constant rebloomer. Very pleased with it. There's a Vanda there that's probably not getting in as much light. So, because this is facing east, so it gets the morning light. So this is blooming. Unfortunately, my Cattleya still hasn't bloomed. Well, it tried earlier a few years ago and it didn't bloom. There's a lantana, purple flowers, gorgeous purple flowers, bromeliads. I've always had those bromeliads, you know. So I have these ones that have constant color. Those blooms have lasted. These ones have lasted over a month, if I'm not mistaken, maybe up to 2 months. I'll just check, you know. So quite satisfying to have those blooms. Then I have the curcuma, the Siam tulip. So I had a bigger plant. I divided it and so put that there. And that's an older one, older curcuma there. So over here, I have this planter. It's a concrete planter. And I tried to get more concrete planters this year because they, unlike plastic, they help the roots breathe better. And they're more durable than terracotta. I mean, they're not going to break. So what I did here was I planted this canna lily, and this is my thriller. And I'm going to cut down. Once the bloom is spent, you just have to cut it off. So I'm cutting down. That's gone. So, and then these are my fillers. This is Torrenia. I have this purple one, and then this magenta or wine. Then I have the Gebra Daisy as well. And I have the Portulaca white. So I'm going to show, right now it's not looking, they're not all blooming at the same time, but I've been taking pictures of when they all bloomed. Or I don't think I ever got all of them blooming at the same time. The marigold is either blooming and the others are not blooming. This is not blooming right now, but it'll come out a few days from now. I also have Ipomia here. It's not blooming right now. This is a shade-loving plant. I'm afraid the sun might be too much for it. So I might move this backwards. I actually put it in front so that the rain could touch it, but we're in the dry season now, so we're not having any rain. One more orchid I'd like to show you is this one. I tied this up in March last year. It was a really small plant, and then it just brought out lots of roots. And then I was so happy to see that by November it had brought out these two flower spikes. And so this is really, really rewarding. So while still on the theme of orchids and flowers, I'll take you around to the back so I show you some more orchids. So this is another section where I have orchids. This is the back of the house. And I have these orchids on this table. They get the afternoon lights. Right now, it's shaded, they're in shade, but they're doing okay here. The flowering here. That's bringing out a flower spike here. So they're happy. I water them every day when I don't forget. And I feed them as well once a week with orchid feed. Let me show you another section where I have orchids. So here, I really should cut this off. This just finished blooming. I have this metal grid, which I just hung up these orchids to. So this really gets about 1 to 2 hours of direct sunlight when the sun is overhead. They're in shade at the moment. And they're flowering here, so they're very happy. This is also flowering. This is the first time this is reblooming. I'm so happy about this. It really suffered snail damage after I got it. And so it's reblooming. That's good for me. I also have a few more here on the wall. And oh, that's a frog. I find these frogs, the frogs love orchids. I find these frogs on my orchids so tiny. So the thing about a foliage garden is that you would always have foliage in the garden, unlike flowers, where when the plant blooms, you have flowers. You always have foliage in the garden. So what I try to do to manage the garden as well is that I trim my foliage and I use that to decorate my home. So I use arrangements with just foliage or arrangements with flowers. I buy the flowers because I don't have enough flowers, and I do that. So the monstera, for instance, this one, I have 1 or 2 plants here growing in the buckets. And I've been growing here for about 4 years now. And quite frankly, it's growing like a weed. It's tried to climb up and come down, and I've had to cut it. And the thing about cutting it, if you cut the vine, it branches out again. So you have more heads. But the beauty of it is I have new growth, beautiful leaves. I can just cut this and decorate. So I cut at this point rather than cut the vine. So I just cut off a leaf. It would stay in water for weeks, but it will not become a new plant. But that's fine. I don't want more plants. I have quite enough. So the last thing I want to show you is my vegetable patch. I'm filming in December, so the rains have stopped, but I'm very happy to say that I enjoyed my vegetables during the rainy season. I replanted my spinach. That is spinach. This is Bacella alba. It's not the other cold weather spinach. This is the warm weather spinach, Bacella alba. So it's growing rather slowly, but surely. I also have seeds, so I can replant when the rains start. And this is amaranth, Amaranthus hybridus. This is popularly known as green. This with the red stems. So I will just uproot this, and when I'm ready to harvest and have that. Then this is one medicinal plant that I recently discovered. I've had this in my garden for up to 2 years now, but I only started taking it recently. It's called blood leaf because it's used to boost blood um, in anemic patients. So it also contains many phytochemicals that help fight free radicals in the body. So I take it as a tea. You just take a few leaves, like I could just break the stalk and then boil it, cut it up, and then boil it in water. So it has to be boiled to bring out the magenta color. So it's very good for as a substitute for my regular caffeinated tea. And the other herbs, I want to do more herbs in the garden in 2026 and then drink a bit more herbal teas. I have rosemary here, and this is lavender. I have garlic chives that have been overgrown by water leaf. So I would harvest the water leaf when I'm ready. This is garlic chives in here. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. I make videos about plants in tropical conditions. My context is Lagos, Nigeria, but anyone, anywhere can enjoy my videos as well. I also write about plants on my website, plantintropicalspaces.com. So for returning viewers, thank you so much. Your comments, please keep them coming because they encourage me to keep making videos. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, share it with others, and until the next video, bye.